What's up, guys? You are watching Fight Feed, and today I'm going to be breaking down one of my favorite knockouts from Robert the Reaper Whittaker. Let's go ahead and dive in, do a quick breakdown of all the great things Robert Whittaker does as a striker using the Ikram Aliskerov knockout that Robert Whittaker scored in June of 2024 as our evidence of the masterclass in striking that Robert Whittaker is likely to put on this weekend against no one other than RDR. We'll go ahead and dive in. So guys, in this breakdown, what I'm going to go through and you will see is several different elements that I feel are all big components to making Robert Whittaker one of the best strikers in the UFC. He has a very unorthodox way of setting things up, throwing his jab, and then also has very, very fast and powerful striking. Let's go ahead and dive into the first element of Whittaker's game that I feel is essential to his style, which is his stance and his movement. So, as you guys who are fans of the Reaper or Bobby Knuckles, what may have you, you know Robert Whittaker has a somewhat of an unorthodox stance in the sense that it's like a karate type base, but he's not really doing Stephen Wonderboy Thompson type karate out there. It's more so of a base that allows him to have these quick in and out motions, and then it also allows him when he's ready to have that crash like water that Bruce Lee always talked about, right? The Bruce Lee like, what is it? You have to be like water, right? Water can be still, and then suddenly a wave is formed and the water crashes in, right? So that is exactly what Whittaker does. You can see here, and his feet, they're going to be very bouncy. He's able to kind of bounce in and out, feint, using that movement to almost in a way trick his opponent into doing certain things. Like, here you see Ikram throws it's like a lead front kick here, and Whittaker is just very easily able to evade it just by using that movement, that constant up and down movement that he has, right? So that is one thing that I'm calling out here at the start of this. But the next thing is his leg kick. So one thing I'm going to call out on this clip specifically, guys, and apologies, you can't really see Whittaker's head too well because this application sometimes cuts it down a little bit. But what I'm showing here is Whittaker throws this leg kick. But what I really liked about this is watch Whittaker's lead hand here. Or I'm sorry, that's not his lead hand. That is his right hand, which is his rear hand. So watch his rear hand, what he does here. So he goes in to throw the leg kick, and what he does with that rear hand is he grabs Ikram's lead hand, which was a very smart tool for him because Ikram is a counter striker, and this is something that you're going to see in this video. Ikram starts to try to make reads on what Whittaker's doing, and the way that he makes those reads is you'll see later in this video, he actually starts to throw his own offense in response to what he thinks Whittaker is doing on the feet, okay? And it's a very important thing to remember, but I really like what Whittaker does here because I don't think a lot of fighters do this. He is basically, it's a very simple tactic of grabbing that lead hand because he's ready for Ikram to try to counter him as he throws this leg kick. By grabbing his lead hand, he minimizes the impact of Ikram being able to land a counter. Now, where this becomes very evident is in the next clip. So he lands that heavy calf kick there. Now, what happens in this next clip, I'm going to show you. This is what happens when you don't follow that approach that Whittaker did in the clip prior, where he's snatching that lead hand. You're going to see that Whittaker on this shot goes blind, okay? Blind in the sense that he's just throwing that naked leg kick with nothing in front of it or behind it to negate the offense of Ikram. So here you go. Whittaker throws the leg. Here, let's just back it up. Whittaker comes in. Here he goes. So he throws this leg kick. That's the one that he grabbed the hand. Sorry, guys. It just jumps around a lot sometimes. So then on this one, Whittaker throws this leg kick, but nothing there. Doesn't grab the lead hand. And what do you know? Watch Ikram's lead hand. He's reading Whittaker and making reads on Whittaker's offense so that he can throw his own. So here it goes. Whittaker throws. Ikram hits him with that's a jab there, and then the right hand behind it and touches him there. So that is why I wanted to call out this previous clip, because I feel this is a smart tactic from Whittaker off the bat to try to stop that counterattack that is probably coming his way when he throws these kicks. Now, let's go back. Now I want to show, this is probably one of the most significant elements to Whittaker's game, which is his masterclass in jabbing. He's a very good jabber, okay? Not jabber like jabber jaws like Kevin Holland, but, you know, throwing the jab out there. So what I love about Whittaker's jab, guys, is he has such an unorthodox approach of getting very low to throw this jab and like utilizing that full length of his arm. Like you could see he doesn't have the longest of arms, but like the way he's able to get so much distance off of it from really fully extending his shoulder all the way out. It's really cool to see how he's able to do this. But one thing I also want to call out is Whittaker, when he throws the jab, he's never on the center line. So like right here, when he goes to throw it on this one, you can't really see it that well from this first point of view. But what he does is he dips down to get his head off the center line there, and you'll see how this works, because watch, Ikram tries to counter with his hand, but it's glancing the side of Whittaker's face because Whittaker's not standing right on that center line for Ikram to land that shot. He dips off to the side, and he's able to land his own jab on Ikram's face. Or not even, doesn't even look like he landed, maybe very glancing of a land on the chin perhaps. But what I'll jump to next here is another iteration where Whittaker uses this jab, and you're going to see. So here's his head now. When he throws the jab, watch how his head dips. It dips down this way. You're going to see. So Whittaker's head's here. It's going to dip like that. And boom, there it is. Whittaker dips his head down. And once again, watch this. You got Ikram reacting. So watch Ikram's face here and then his hands. Whittaker is going to throw the jab. Here it goes. And Ikram's, instantly kind of getting his guard up there, but then trying to throw a jab of his own, but he's not able to do anything with it because Whittaker's head is no longer on that center line. Okay. Very, very nice jab from him. Now, this is where things start to get interesting in this fight. And by the way, guys, this is all happening in the first couple minutes of this fight. This fight only lasted a few minutes. And I know that Ikram was on short notice, but I still think that you have a guy on short notice or not, these are all Whittaker's tools that will be applied to any fight he goes in. So this is where he starts to really utilize these feints. And I think Whittaker probably doesn't get enough credit for being a cerebral fighter, but I feel like this whole time, what he's doing is gathering data on his opponent, right? And you're going to see he starts to use these jab feints to see what he can get out of Ikram. Any data he can get from Ikram by using that jab feint. So right here, Whittaker comes in, he pretends like he's going to throw this jab, and right away, what do you see Ikram do? He does that, like, this reaction where it's like he's lifting up his hands, which is either to obviously get the defense, get that guard up, but also, as you saw in earlier clips, it's a way for Ikram to get his own, offense off with the punches. But in this case, Whittaker uses this jab feint, and look, Ikram's instantly getting this leg up to throw a kick at Whittaker, which Whittaker's able to kind of just, bounce back on because of that previous footwork I showed you guys. This is still, still lands, but it's not a very significant shot that Whittaker eats there. Now, here's another feint. Whittaker does it again. He feints the jab. And one thing to call out too, guys, is the whole time Whittaker's in this stance, he's always got that right hand in plain view for his opponent. So it's like, I have this tool right here, right? Like, it's like, it's always a reminder of, even when he's throwing the jab, it's like, I've got this, okay? And that's going to become very important in this video. Now, Whittaker does the jab feint here. You're going to see he does that step, and instantly Ikram's doing it again. He's biting on all of these feints. He's jumping, and he's giving him a reaction each time. And what you'll notice is most times Ikram's reaction, this is the counter striking in Ikram. When Whittaker throws these shots, guys, Ikram's initial response is not to cover his face, it's to throw back. So that right there is just a clear tell that, obviously we know Ikram, any of you who watch UFC, Ikram is a fantastic striker in and of itself, and he's also very good at counter striking. That's what he looks to do. So this is, I think, data that Whittaker can start gathering and knowing that, okay, like when I throw this jab, he's not defending himself. He's trying to hit me. And that's going to be something very important. So right here, this is the timing of Whittaker. Now, you could equate this timing also. You could apply, some of the other things we've already talked about, like the jab and things like that. But what he does here that's so great is he waits for Ikram to throw before he throws his own jab. And what I love about this is he like waits for something to happen. He sees that Ikram's going to throw a jab, and watch how Whittaker is seeing everything here. So right as this jab comes out from Ikram, Whittaker's dipping to the side. Look at that. And Whittaker lands. And this is what's also really cool is when Whittaker throws this jab, the angle of it is so interesting because he's not like here. If you were just to like watch this clip quickly, you would think that Whittaker from this position, after slipping this jab of Ikram, that Whittaker would be hitting a jab to the body, right? That looks like it's going to hit the body. But watch what Whittaker does. He brings it up and connects on Ikram's face. Boom. 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 And, sends him back. So that timing is just so important for Whittaker in this moment. And he does it again. I mean, right off the bat, like he gets Ikram lifting up the leg here, and he goes again. He lands right as Ikram is countering. Because that's the thing that we've already noticed, right? Ikram is not, in this fight, was not worried about, keeping a high guard and defensive, but more so trying to land his own offense, okay? So Whittaker is wise to that. He sees Ikram start to advance. He sees Ikram start to throw this kick, which you can't see because Mark Goddard's fucking head's in the way. But Whittaker does it perfectly, times that perfectly, and lands another jab right to the dome of Ikram. Okay, guys. And then this next clip, guys, is going to be very important because now you've seen kind of all these pieces to Whittaker's game. This is where like the toolbox is fully used. So earlier we saw Whittaker's feints, right? And now what you're going to see is how he sets up that feint jab to actually throw what we would call a kill shot. Now, you're going to see Whittaker, he's doing the same kind of in and out movement with the feet and the knees, slowly like advancing forward. He throws this jab, and what you're going to see, you can't really tell from this angle, but we'll just go forward a little bit. This is Whittaker's hand here, okay? So he does the same motion where he's got the hand low, right hand cocked, and he steps in. He throws the jab, but it's really a feint because he's just trying to make it though duck down, throw this in the way of Ikram. So Ikram thinks that it's this jab coming his way. And instantly, guys, now watch. This is what I was saying earlier. Watch how Ikram, as he sees this jab come through, the jab is already on this side of Ikram's head. Ikram instantly throws that leg up. He throws this leg up right as that jab is coming his way. And what does Whittaker do? Whittaker is setting up this overhand. He's hiding it. And look, right as Ikram has lifted that foot up, he's got no guard on his face. The only thing that you could say is Ikram's got his right hand somewhat like this way. So like he saw the jab coming and gets a hand there. But Whittaker whips a nice, beautiful overhand that just clips the side. And then he does the chicken dance. Look at that. Ooh, he's got some moves, my guy. Oh, look at him go. He's doing the salsa in this bitch. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, so tags him there. We also got a nice little sound bite from John Anik there. He's like, whoa. And then watch. So this is where just this feint to jab to overhand becomes the Whittaker finishing sequence. So Ikram's obviously, he's doing the two-step there. And right away, Whittaker's on the move, on the kill. So what I like about this, guys, is Whittaker kind of advances, but he also is still he's still showing that right hand as if he's going to throw that again. And obviously that's the thing that just hurt Ikram. So Ikram's going to be thinking about that right hand. What Whittaker does here, jab, throws the jab again beautifully, lands perfectly on the chin, and that's going to send Ikram backwards, right? Now Whittaker's advancing, throws the jab again. And look, guys, this right hand, you see this? Look at what Ikram is worried about here. He's watching that fucking right hand like a hawk because that's what hurt him. So he's watching the right hand. He's trying to land his own. And Whittaker comes back with the jab again. And look at this, guys. He's just tagging him. Like his face right there, he's hurt. He is fucking hurt by that. And so this is beautiful, guys, because this is the Whittaker special. This is like a number one combo, but Whittaker style. Ready? He's going to throw the jab, land. He throws the right hand behind it. Bang. Beautiful connection there. And then watch this. Over the top with the freaking head kick. How beautiful is that? Bang. And if you guys know Whittaker, this is his signature 1-2 head kick combo. Bang with the jab, connects. Bang with the right hand, and then over the top. Dude, this kick doesn't connect at first. He kind of throws like a question mark almost. Lands on the back of the fucking head. Holy shit, that was brutal. And then he's got Ikram pretty much down almost. I mean, Ikram's foot is just on the cage. This guy is like, get me the fuck out of here. And then watch. Oh, he's still dancing, guys. He's still hitting that little salsa. Ooh. Look at that. Look at that salsa dance. Okay. Whittaker, now this is the money, guys. So what Whittaker does here so well is he knows he's got this guy hurt, right? And he knows that Ikram's circling this way. So watch what Whittaker does. His lead leg. This reminds me a little bit of Ilia Topuria, to be honest with you guys. He sees that he's circling out that way. And so what Whittaker does is he obviously follows up the jab, but watch how he takes that lead leg and he positions it, he angles it. I mean, if you guys watch my Ilia video, Ilia is so good at basically stretching out the leg, but cutting angles with that lead leg. So he cuts this angle to the side here. While he's still throwing his own offense. So he's he's squared with the opponent there. But then watch, he cuts off to the side with that lead leg. He lands the jab again through this guard. Now you got Ikram. Because Ikram's hurt, guys, that's the difference. Now we've got him going up. He's covering the face now. He's like, I don't fucking want to hit you anymore. I want to just survive. Whittaker pierces this guard with the jab. It's almost as like a rangefinder in this case. And he, although is moving and he's cutting an angle, he has perfect balance in his body right here. And you can see all the fucking torque that's going on in his right leg. Whittaker sends a bomb of an uppercut. Look at that shit. Bang. Bang. Look at that. Just perfect, guys. Like, that is just, and like the way that he, like, if you really watch it, guys, his mechanics are perfect. Like, he's not overextending himself whatsoever. He's not even like throwing he's not doing like an arm punch where he's like sending this all the way up, right? He's just simply using his full body mechanics, like the pivot, the turn, the hips, the leg. Like, everything is coming together, and then the arm is just the messenger that sends him flying. Drops him with the uppercut. Bang, bang, bang. And then I'll show you guys. This is the hardest shot that Whittaker endured in this fight, guys. It's right here. It's these chest bumps that he lands on himself are the hardest shots that he endured. They need to get the doctor in there to check on his fucking chest, because that's a scary man. That is a scary dude. Look at this guy. Look at that. I'm ready to see Bobby Knuckles do that this Saturday. How about you guys? Let's fucking go, Bobby. Beautiful, beautiful work. Yeah, guys, I had to break this down because I felt like, although this was a very short fight, after I rewatched it and kind of broke it down myself, I just realized there's so many things happening so quickly in this fight. And Whittaker's able to find that success. He's the true Maori. Maori, bro. But yeah, shout out to Robert Whittaker. Guys, comment below if you are rooting for Robert Whittaker this weekend against RDR. I'm a big fan of both guys, but I do think that Robert Whittaker's striking is going to be too much for Reinier de Ridder, but I could be wrong. Very excited to watch that fight. Comment below what you guys think about that matchup. Let me know if you enjoyed this breakdown. And also, if you guys are enjoying these breakdowns, please let me know if there's specific KOs, specific fighters you would love to see a breakdown on. And I would be happy to dig into that because I love doing this. It's a lot of fun for me. It's a lot of fun to learn more about the sport and also like break down some of the nuanced things that are happening in the octagon that we might not always see with the naked eye. Like, I'm able to break these down because I will watch it frame by frame to see what's happening and kind of be able to analyze things after the fact. So if you guys have any specific fights or fighters you would like me to break down, please comment that below. Once again, thank you guys for watching Fight Feed. Make sure you subscribe if you aren't already and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video.